All right, hi, this is Anakin, and welcome to Railway Empire 2. We're going to get back to the game and play the India scenarios. So our first one here, we're going to go to scenarios. We're going to go to the India map, the DLC, and there are three scenarios here, 1, 2, 3. We're going to play the first one, which is set in Tirupati, I think it's pronounced. Starting year of 1840. You can see I've played it once. I had to remind myself how to play the game. I recorded it and had it ready to go as a video and thought, I didn't like that. It was sloppy. I'm out of practice, but hopefully I'll do better this time. And so let's see. Foreign Regency, normal difficulty. In the beginning of the 19th century, India is in the hands of the East India Company, but the administration of the subcontinent is challenging for the company. A more advanced infrastructure should maximize the profits in the presidency Madras. The railways could contribute significantly, construct the first transport lines to foster urban development, and create the foundations for an Indian railway network. And since I did play it, I'll show you where we are right now. We have to go to friends. Here we go. I'm kind of in my usual spot, and there's our usual suspects. A lot of the names we're used to seeing. Blah Razor, Steely Door, Twilly, Lone Tree, Just PD, Predaking, Sir Daddy Man, and this is kind of a new one for me, MSI Raider. But we're all in here with decent scores, and we're going to see if we can't beat that score right there and move up. All right, so let's go back and continue. We are going to play as the engineer. I'm not going to go through all the characters. We know them by now. And we're going to go on manual mode for signals for sure. And everything else, of course, we're stuck with. There will be a city we'll have found and all that good stuff. We're going to start with a reasonable amount of money, 1.45 difficulty, which is a semi-hard challenge, I guess. It's not too bad. And let's go.
Welcome to India. Your reputation precedes you. Otherwise, I, as the chairman of the Railway Board of the East India Trading Company, would not have chosen you. In fact, even Lord Harding, the Governor-General of India himself, has high hopes for you. India is a rich country, rich in culture, nature, and more importantly, resources, and as such, an important cornerstone of the Kingdom of England. But the infrastructure in our presidency Madras still leaves much to be desired. The region is abundant in granite, which lends itself wonderfully as building material for the construction of streets and irrigation systems. But it is some distance from Madras, the center of our operations here in South India. This is where the railways come in. The technology may still be in its infancy, yet I think there is no more efficient method to transport building materials in bulk. Additionally, we could extract resources from India way more efficiently using the railways. I'm sure you will understand that the company will keep a portion of the transport fares. But in return, each railway line will be refinanced to you after completion. This I guarantee you.
Refinance via the Indian people's tax money.
Ah yes, this is my assistant, Vikram Gupta. Moving on, using the railways, Madras will become an even greater commercial hub and raise the market value of our East India Company through the roof. And then, perhaps the great mogul will allow us to build tracks outside our presidency.
Just be aware that we cannot produce locomotives within India yet. Therefore, we have to rely on shipments of engines from England. And those are, let's say, not exactly state-of-the-art technology. And sadly, we currently don't have the facilities to do any research of our own on the matter.
Ha! Do you know what it costs to ship these engines from England to here? If you have a better alternative, go ahead. You had better be glad that the company agreed to provide you with these.
Oh, I did not mean to be disrespectful. I do have an idea pertaining to our locomotives. But let me work on it a bit before I tell you more about it.
All right, let's get started here. I let them talk, and I left it on run, which was stupid, so I'm already behind the eight ball a little bit. I've already wasted a little bit of time, not much. So we have to connect the city of Anantapur to our home city, and they'll give us some money for doing that. We have to transport wagons with a single train line that connects these three cities. I'm never a fan of these, but we'll just run a three-city line. And we have to deliver granite to Tirupati and grow Tirupati. So right now we're in this region right here. We can see if we scroll around, these red ones mean we don't have access and something has to happen to give us access. So you can see we don't have access to any of the other regions. So we've just got this region here, which only has three cities in it, Tirupati, Nellore, and Anantapur. So you can see, too, that we've got this big old mountain right here that we've got to get up over to get up to Anantapur, and that was one of our tasks to connect it. So what I'm going to do here is set up a little three-city cluster, and we're going to use one city, one train, I think. Now, I did it the first time with warehouses here. It was very fancy. It was very cute. I won't do that again because it's too many trains. We're going to go simple with one city, one train for feeding our cities, maybe with a little variation. I don't know. And do I really need that? Yeah, I do. I want to get our grid line. I want to get a 4 grid line out through here. If it'll hit, yeah, perfect. Now, let's get up to Anantapur, which is up here in the mountains. So if we look at that, maybe put a station here would do. And now this is one of the keys to the whole thing, is this first this track from here to here to get down that mountain without spending a fortune and still have something that our trains can actually run on and not die on with 7 and 8 degree slopes. We'll see what we can come up with. Maybe I don't want, let's see. All right. Actually, that's not bad. A little slow right in there. That's pretty good. That's not horribly expensive. Yeah, we can work with that. I'm trying to see if it wouldn't be even better to go, now that I'm looking at it. I've done this one now multiple times, multiple ways. Another way we could do would be to go up here and gradually get higher up to this area and then come over. Let's try that. Let's call that plan 1. Now let's try plan 2. Let's try plan 2 where we go like this, where we come out like this, kind of gradually go up this. That doesn't get any better. Let's just go back to 1. I like 1. All right, we'll take that.
This route suits the transportation of granite to Madras perfectly.
And we'll double track it, and it didn't follow the double track just right. It's a weird road. It's a weird curvy road, so it didn't automatically cotton on to what we were trying to do here. There we go. All right. Put our gridiron on this end. We've got it here. We've got it here. So that's going to give us the ability to run our 3-city line. Then we're going to want to be able to go kind of more directly like this. Shoot. Try it again. I wonder if that's because of the city limit. I think it is. I think the city limit's getting us here. Well, no, it's the angle as well. All right, so we can go either way. Now let's just take a quick look at the supply chain. So we've got, it's different. We have lumber and sugar. We also have rice and we have grain. So those are our four main raw materials. Then we have non-bread, which is made from grain. These chickens, the poultry, are used to feed the meat industry. So chicken is the meat, and you have a meat industry in your city, and it's fed chicken. The non-industry is also in the city, and it is made, as I said, from grain. Then we go to wooden planks, which are made from lumber in a city up here in this case. We have veggies. We have arak, which is a liquor, and it is made of sugar and rice. So that'll come up at 40,000. Then we have spices at 45, tea leaves at 50. The wool, I don't know if all citizens need wool. I'll have to check on that. I would tell you the truth, I'm not sure. But I know that certainly the industry that makes the cloth needs the wool. And everybody doesn't need wool, just the industry that makes cloth, and then the clothing industry needs the cloth, and then the furniture industry needs the planks, and the raw silk is used to feed this silk brocade, which is another industry. Then there's an industry for paper, which uses lumber to make paper, and then we have coal and clay to feed ceramics, and we have gemstones, which I didn't really use last time, so I'm not too familiar with them. And then we have this big good thing here, granite, which is a big deal in this whole thing. And you'll notice it says we don't need any granite, and that's actually not true. It will take granite. So that's something to note. That's an important something to note. So what I want to do is build out the whole rail line here. I want to have a setup for one city, one train. So let's go here, and I want to name these. This is going to be sugar, and I'm going to call it sugar tea for Tirupati. This will be our little Tirupati cluster here that it's going to feed, and need it to be able to go both ways. And rice. And it's going to come off of this. And the chicken, the poultry, we're going to need that for our industry down here where we have meat in Tirupati. And, all right, and then We want the wood and the grain to go both ways. And we're going to want wood to be able to go both, lumber to go both ways. Okay, and we're going to want all the veggies. The veggies need to be able to go both ways eventually. And this is one, if you built your track like this, you have this nice flat spot down here. You can put the veggies. Otherwise, they're in some horrible spots up here trying to get them off that mountain. So we can put them down here and run them maybe. No, we don't want to catch the bridge. Crap. Maybe the city boundary, the bridge and the city boundary are very clumsy in this one. Shoot. Let's go around it like that. And for right now, to save some money, we're only going to build it to be able to go this way. The only city, these two, Nellore and Anantapur, are not even 20,000 population yet. So they're not going to need the veggies for a while. So we'll save some money. And then later, maybe we'll make some track that goes maybe like this, or maybe goes up and probably hooks up in here somewhere. That would be all right. All right, so that gives us all the main stuff to bring in, except the granite. We definitely want the granite. And so we're going, we're going to grab the granite. We'll call this one Granite 1. And have it go like so. It only needs to be able to go to the east right now. And we want another one. We'll get this one out here, Granite 2. Could go right through the station or just around the town. Let's go just around the town. I think that makes more sense. This will be Granite 2. And we'll come in like this. All right, so that gives us 2 granite, the 4 main ones plus the veggies, the chicken coming in. The only thing we're missing really is wool to here. We've got lumber to there. So let's go ahead and get that while we're thinking of it. Let's do wool. And we could go in the back door, I think, of Nellore. Let's go out straight for a bit and then curve. like that. That'll do. Gridiron on this side. So that gives us everything. I don't know if we can get, no, that grain is up here in a forbidden area, so we'll have to run our grain from up here for down here. All right, so we got 2 bonuses. There's actually another bonus way down here in Madurai, which we may get. We've got a long time to get there, but it's got a lot to happen before we get all the way down there. All right, so let's go in before I forget it and put signals on everything. I wanted to get all the lines built before doing the signals. Of course, the travesty would be then, of course, to forget the signals, which I'm very capable of doing. So let's not do that. Let's get these signals set. Now, in that intro, they said they're going to be taking a cut of the pie, and then they're going to give the lines back to us. So our margins are going to be very tight up front. So I want to do this without actually any bonds, which, you know, doesn't sound like me at all, does it? But we've got to be making a profit here for a while, so that we can stay afloat till we get our first task done and get some lines actually given to us, so we can actually make some money on them. So we will be doing this without bonds, but we have a lot of starting cash. You can see we've done this whole setup. This is all our track for the early game, and we're still, still got over $1 million, whatever those are, rupees, whatever. We got $1 million somethings to spend. Okay, I think that's everybody. All right, I'll get supply towers and repairs. I want to do repairs at the 3 cities. I think that's the easiest way to do it for this. So, and we're just going to go ahead and do it. We'll put maintenance here. I want to set it up to 100% for everybody. And here as well, and here. All right. Now let's get our line set. So, yeah, I think we're going to do sugar to Tirupati, rice, grain, lumber, and I'm going to leave them on automatic, even though technically they will be freight lines. But if I leave them on automatic, less chance actually of making an error. And the type of train won't matter. Now, we don't have much to work with right now. The Americans is what we're going to have to run for everything. 41 days is fine. We just want it under 56. All right, and before I forget it, we want to make sure we get this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. So that's your line that's going to get that one task done for us. And we'll run, let's say, 4 trains on that one. And then we've got another bonus right here, and this one will be different. This is just going to be a run full to grab chicken and bring it to Tirupati. And so we got Tirupati. Let's do Nellore. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I do want to name this one. Nellore raw, and 50 days. That's good enough. Ooh, Tirupati to turn around. Why would that be? What is it you can't do? Okay, why can't you go? You go here to here. Oh, right here. This guy here. We don't have this going both ways. Okay, now we do. Okay, let's look at it now. Should be faster. Yeah, 44 days. There we go. That's more like it. And then that one line, this guy here, I want to rename this. The Tirupati raw. And then we want to do one for Anantapur. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 60 days, we'll give it a couple of trains, and that'll work out nicely because the lumber, I mean, we could put a dedicated lumber train right here, but I don't want to do a run full, so we'll just do this. We'll do 2 trains, let that go like that. Okay. Turns around, crap. Okay, there's something else. Some other place they can't go both ways. Don't know where that would be yet. They could definitely do it here, I think. They could do it, come back, go here, come back. Go down here. Ooh, does this one hit in time to go up here? I think it does. You come in like this, you go over here, you would hit that, you could turn up there. I don't know why you couldn't make that turn. Same thing here, you come in plenty of time to make that. All right, I don't quite understand this one. Anantapur raw. Your train line only enters the station of Sugar Tea to turn around. This may be due to the lack of the order. Okay, so let's see, what do we got it doing? We've got it going lumber and back, grain and back, rice and back, and that's probably where it's turning around, and sugar and back. So the rice one is probably where we're messing up, but I don't quite see it because it seems to me that you could come down, like you're going down to the rice, you would come down through here, you would go over here, come in, swing over, run out to the rice, pick up, come here, and go over here. So something's not connected correctly, somehow, some way. Let me try. Here, I think it's a disconnect right there. I think we got a little disconnection right there. All right, let's try this again. If you're here and you want to go over here, that might be harder to do. Let's see. Can you do it like this? You can do it right there. And that looks good. And that looks better. And I bet you our line is better now. They're a little hard to read because it doesn't show you exactly what order it hits all this stuff. But, you know, because it goes off this track twice, 4 times, really. But I don't think we have the problem. And yeah, see, it's a little shorter now, so that's good. All right. So it's 58. I'm still going to leave it at, well, it would need 2 trains anyway. We'll leave it at 2, and that should be good. All right, so that's our raw. So we've got our raw materials coming to our 3 cities. We've got that. Now, the veggies, the spices, and the tea leaves are kind of our next 3 raw materials. And if we look here, so we already need the veggies in Tirupati. So I think what we'll do, we still got money. Let's do this. Let's set up. Do we want this guy running down there to that side of that hill? I think we can. Maybe go out the other end. Tough call. Yeah, let's just do it like this. Let's call this one Tea leaves for the Tirupati cluster, and we'll go pretty steep slope, but that's okay. All right, we'll just fall off the earth on that side, and then on the other side we'll go like this. I wonder if we'll ever get traffic like that. Interesting. We'll see how this goes. All right, let's give this some signals. All right. And then let's put spices in there. And again, we still have some few dollars. And we'll go like so. And I'm going to set up a train, level 2 stuff to Tirupati. And even though these 2 aren't even used yet, by the time it makes a run, we should grow enough to time into that, I'm hoping. So we'll go, I got to rename that one. Got to. This has got to be vegetables. Tea. Okay, now we'll do our line. Vegetables, spices, and tea, like that. Okay. And 36 days sounds good. And I do want to name that one Tirupati Raw Level 2. Okay. I think we're ready to start playing. We got it all set up. Let's review what we've got. Connect we did. 140 wagon single train line. We've got that train line set. We've got it coming out of Nellore first because that's our first. That's a bonus to come from Nellore. 32 loads of granite to Tirupati. Oh, we didn't do those. And 60,000. Good. Glad we stopped because we didn't do this one up here. We didn't do granite to Tirupati. Running full. And I don't have enough money to start it, and we'll start it as soon as we get a bonus. Okay, and we'll get our other granite train going. Granite 2. Running full. Okay. There, we picked up both of our bonuses. We've got some cash, and we've got all our trains up and running. Got our repairs. There's really nothing else for us to do except wait for all this to take place. You know, all this to kind of take effect. And we just brought some granite down. Oh, I see a goof then. Since we're going to have these three, we need to have this connect over here, if we can, or at least a minimum right here, so that you don't have to go down here to turn around to go back to vegetables to restart that loop. So we could run it off of here. I think we could do that without too much hassle. Something like that. And like that. All right. All right, so we got Tirupati growing very nicely. Nellore has stopped shrinking. Didn't we run Nellore raw? Oh yeah, it's got stuff. The train's probably headed up to get lumber right now. Would be my guess. There we go. We got Nellore growing. And Anantapur, it's heading down to get rice or sugar, whichever. Oh, it's already got rice. It's headed down to get sugar, and it'll get started growing. Now, we need some supplies, but I want to I don't want them in. I want to get them where they're not going to cause too many bottlenecks, which is not easy given all these intersections we've got going on here, but we'll do the best we can with it. Maybe something along here. And let's see how that works.
Marvelous. The granite has made it more than halfway to Madras. Just a little more.
Okay, we've got our granite. This is looking pretty good. And we've got double-digit growth here. As soon as we get some of these trains with oil back on them, that would improve things a lot. Now, who are you? Anantapur Raw. He'll hit oil up there, but he's going to slow everything down until he gets there. Problem is he's on a bridge right now. Okay, 965. Keep in mind 800 of that was bonuses, so we did 165,000 our first quarter. Pretty good considering, they're taking a bunch of our money. We're only making getting partial payments, if you will, here. So this is not wonderful. All right, we got our oil problem straightened out. We've got maintenance. We're getting growth. Oh, and we've got opportunity here. Now, we don't have any bread down here, so let's go with bread. Let's go factory, non. We need 486. We can think about a bond right now, but I think we're going to hold off and stick to the cash only kind of deal. It might be penny wise, pound foolish here. Definitely took us some time to get
The imported
this money.
locomotives seem to be doing their job, although they could be a little faster. For the moment, you will have to make do with the limited selection of engines.
Did we build it? I can't. Yeah, there we go. All right, we got our bread. And this grain up here, we could think about running a train that just goes from the grain to Tirupati to keep that non-business going. All right, looking good. So we finished off this and this and this, and we're up at 50, almost 51,000. Oh, and we can put a library in Tirupati once we have 97,000. I think what we'll do is just operate with cash for now. And once we get this first phase done, I think we'll then start making more money on this first existing line, and we can get more into more leverage. And that could be a mistake. Let me know in the comments what you think. I mean, we could have, I could have put the non in faster, probably had enough money left over to maybe even put the library in. So, Yeah, we almost had a library. It's teasing us. There we go. Got a library. And I've said it before, buying the technology is just really expensive in Railway Empire 2. Antapura's gone through 20. Nellor's gone through 20. We'll want to put clothing here eventually. Furniture here would be great. Whatever is a third industry here. Now, the very first time I played this, I actually built Tirupati up to like 300, almost 400,000 population. That's a mistake. Don't do that. Then it eats up everything that everybody else wants. So what we're going to do, my plan is to build cities up to library, but not put a university in, so they'll all cap at 100. So we'll have in theory, a lot of cities that are
Our
100,000.
construction of the infrastructure is progressing smoothly. I expect even faster growth in Madras. I see that you kept your promise. The first Indian railways are in service. The basis for our Granite transport line stands. Naturally, the East India Company keeps its promise as well. Your premium has been paid out to you already. Next, make sure that our Granite arrives in Madras. Then, expand the rail network in the southern Carnatic and arrange for a sufficient number of trains so we can extend our work to the whole region.
Our current locomotives, however, won't do the job. Too bad that we are limited to outdated engines from London. This needs to change. That's why I was working on plans for the construction of a locomotive factory in Red Hills near Madras. Please aid in building the railway settlement in Red Hills. As soon as it is completed, we can build our own Indian locomotives. This way, we would have higher capacity engines that are better suited for the loads and the terrain.
All right, so we need to get down here, which is going to cost us $5.56 to get into the southern Carnatic. And there's Red Hills. We found that, and we'll start getting regular research, right? Right now we're getting 1 per month, and I think that'll bump us up to the normal 30. And you can see we've got some trains and stuff out here we'd like to get. And here's Madras now, or Madras, depending upon where you're from. Now, here's what we have to do. Found that city, use 20 trains, and we're only running 13. I mean, we could quickly buy 7 and get that task done if we wanted to. Deliver 40 loads of granite to Madras and hit 80,000 citizens in Madras. So, we need the money to get in here. We need to set this up, and we're going to do, of course, that in the next episode. So we got through our first set of tasks here very nicely, I think, with a simple little network of 1 city, 1 train, serving our 3 different cities, a simple little connection between them, moving goods and passengers and mail between the cities. And we're making almost no money, but that's because the East India Company has been taking all of our money. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it'll help you become a better player. I hope you'll like, comment, share, and subscribe, and join us for our next Railway Empire 2 video. Thank you.